Alright, what's up guys? It is Sunday, June 10th, and we'll jump into the weekly watch list video that will apply for the week of July 11th. So last week the Bulls made a little bit of progress. The things to remember, we're in a downtrend. However, in these downtrends, a lot of times, what we're going to see eventually is a reversion to the mean on the weekly chart. In other words, your weekly chart gets a little bit oversold, and they trap the shorts and they rally it back to the weekly 21. So in the event we're going to see that this month and the S&Ps are going to rally towards 410, what has to happen here, guys, is basically the Bulls have to make progress on the lower time frames. So a little bit of progress was made last week. Now the big question is, did they keep it, and what can they do with it? But as far as the progress that was made, you've got your S&Ps with two closes back above that daily 21. And if you look at my big three signals, we've kind of transitioned here from bearish across all time frames to basically neutral with a 30-minute buy signal. And if you look at an hourly chart, you can see some of the progress. We cancel out the sell signal. We're back above the hourly 21. You've got a little bit of hourly trend going on. But if we pull back and we're under the hourly 21, we're back under the daily 21, it could all kind of be like back here. The Bulls make the same progress, cancel out the sell signal, improve the structure, temporarily get it to trend, but your first back test, they fumble the ball. So if the Bulls are going to have any control this week, I think they got to hold the S&Ps and the Qs above that daily 21 EMA. But if they can, guys, here's what we're looking for. The combo is, this is all short term. We don't have any bullish uptrends. I don't have any daily buy signals, so I'm not really looking for trades where I'm going to buy calls or sell put credit spreads and hold on for 30, 40 days. What we're looking for is, it's the same trade. So if I'm going to take a swing trade and hold it for 2, 3, 4 weeks, I'm looking for a certain kind of trend, structure, momentum to my daily chart. And the big three indicator makes it pretty easy. So Valero back here, you look at this beauty. If I have my daily buy signal with the green dots, that's something I'm going to look to swing trade. 2, 3, 4 plus weeks. We don't have much of this in the market right now. Energy crapped the bed. We had a great trend in natural gas, but that crapped the bed. So what we're looking for is the same moment in time. Good trend, good structure, good momentum, and a buy signal. That can be good for a push from the 21 EMA into about 2 to 3 plus ATR. So all we're doing here is looking for the same moment in time, but we're looking for it on lower time frames. Time frames that are a little bit more appropriate for a generally bearish market. So one trade that we had in my mastery last week, and a good example of this was Zoom. Zoom is trading above the daily 21, and right on top of the 21, we're looking for lower time frame squeezes with our buy signals. So for Zoom, we had the 30-minute squeeze, and on Thursday we jumped in, we bought some 117 calls, and we flipped them out on Friday on the push into our target for about a 50% return. So we're looking for more of that, guys, and two spots I'm going to focus on in this video. One, XLK, and then the second one being ARK. But as far as XLK goes, there's the improvement. No lower time frame sell signals. We're back above that daily 21, and we have a 30-minute buy signal with a 30-minute squeeze. So very much like Zoom, as long as this can hold above that launching pad, the daily 21 EMA, you could look for that 30-minute squeeze to fire along and take you into higher prices. So as far as a few names here in XLK, one being Tesla. Tesla heats up here last week, guys, so keep in mind earnings is in a few weeks. Now what's nice about this is you can look to play some, out-the-money calls, out-the-money debit spreads for the week of earnings, and you're not going to be, as worried about premium decay as usual. Reason being is the implied volatility will spike into earnings. So Tesla, there's the daily structure. We're back above that daily 21. No red labels over here, so no lower time frame sell signals, and we have the 30-minute, 15-minute buy signal. So as far as trying to match up a squeeze of the buy signal, what we have on Tesla right now is a 15-minute squeeze. And as you can see, heading into Friday's session, you had the same dynamic. 15-minute squeeze. It was short-lived, but 15-minute squeeze, 15-minute buy signal, and that bad boy ran like a bat out of hell. So this week, if the market can hold, we are going to look for that 15-minute squeeze to fire along, taking Tesla towards 800. And for what it's worth, after hours, it's already trading at about 770. So we'll see if that changes between now and the open, but daily structure is improved. No lower time frame sell signals, and you're trying to match up your 15-minute buy signal with that 15-minute squeeze. Just like Friday morning. So we're liking Tesla, and then another one here from XLK, which we took a position in the options room last week, was Microsoft. Same dynamic, guys. Improve the structure, back above the daily 21 EMA, then you're trying to match up a big 3 buy signal with a squeeze. So the focus here is going to be the hourly, right? Hourly buy signal, hourly squeeze, and if the market can hold up, which I'm going to continue to say, the S&Ps and the Qs crap to bed, all these ideas go out the window. But if the bulls can remain in control here, we're going to look for that hourly squeeze to fire long for a push towards 275, which I'll show you. 275 here on the daily chart is a little bit more than plus 2 ATR, which I think is a good target. So we have a 265, 275 call debit spread that expires this coming Friday. So Tesla, Microsoft. Then I want to show you a few more tech names, not necessarily XLK. But if we jump over here to Apple, now here's a difference. And Apple looks really good. So I think a push into 150 on Apple, definitely possible. But the major difference here, Tesla has room to go before it's up there at 2 ATR. Microsoft has room to go. Apple's already made that move. So all I'm trying to say is just keep in mind, anytime a stock is pushing towards 2 to 3 plus ATR, in the background there's that growing probability that eventually it's going to pull back to the daily 21. However, 30-minute buy signal, 30-minute squeeze, that does suggest Apple could fire long here for a push towards 150. And Apple was one of the better 15-minute signals this week with that beast right there. So that's a combo, guys. Squeezes and buy signals. So for Apple, you got the 30-minute combo. And again, the market has to hold up. But if it does, that could be good for a push towards, I think, 150. Then Amazon. Keep an eye on Amazon, but there's no buy signals just yet. I say keep an eye on it because if the S&Ps and the Qs rally this month, you're probably going to get a push here in Amazon. What I like about it, regardless of the fact that it's neutral from top to bottom, it's got a lot of room ahead of it. So if the market can heat up here, I think you're going to get Amazon towards 122, 125. So all we got to do is try to wait for some buy signals. We have the structure. We got a 60-minute, 30-minute, 15-minute squeeze, but they're all a little bit neutral. So maybe early tomorrow, early Tuesday, if Amazon's sitting pretty in the 60-minute, 30-minute squeeze, if we can get a few buy signals coming in, might be good for a shot. And then one more here for tech guys is Google, which Google was a beast last week. So if any of you listening are in the options room, JC and Henry, they nailed this thing last week. So like Apple, Google's a little bit, it's on the borderline of getting extended, but I think 2,400, 2,450, maybe even 2,500. Again, if the market holds up, I don't think it's out of question. So if we get rid of the drawings here, and we look at the big 3 label, you got the 30-minute lighten up of the buy signal, and you got a 30-minute squeeze. So granted, a little bit extended, but it was your strongest name last week. So remember, extended can become more extended. All we're trying to do is pick our spots wisely. So the 30-minute squeeze here, I think it's one that you add to your watch list. So there's a little bit of the FANG stocks, the Teslas, the Apples, the Amazons, the Googles, the Microsofts. One more spot here, guys, is going to be ARK. For the time being, I am long Cathie Woods. So same song and dance. Back above that daily 21. No sell signals to the lower time frames. And you actually got an hourly buy signal. So I don't think I'm going to look to trade ARK. But as far as the ARK components, the top 2, Zoom and Tesla. We already covered Tesla. So for Zoom here, guys. Let me see. Alright, I had to check. I stand corrected. Tesla is not a top holding in XLK. Top 2 holdings in XLK are Apple and Microsoft. The top 2 holdings in ARK. Top 2 holdings in ARK are Zoom and Tesla. So, my mistake there. But as far as Zoom goes, and I mentioned that we traded this one last week, we're probably going to look for another trade. So good daily structure. And the thing about Zoom is, this really improves way before the overall market. It actually improves the structure way before ARK, which is interesting. But there's your daily structure. Let me get rid of the drawings here. Right, we're on top of the launching pad, and we have the 2-hour, 1-hour buy signal with a 60-minute, 30-minute squeeze. So the combo can be found here on the hourly chart. So we're probably going to look for a similar trade. Some calls that expire next week, 118 strike, 117 strike, and we're going to continue to look for a push into higher prices. 125 is a target, 130 is a target. But the major thing to stress here, guys, is that trade on Zoom, right, that 30-minute squeeze producing the buy signal, it's the same trade as the daily squeeze on Valero, pumping out the buy signal back here. In terms of the ingredients that come together to produce the buy signal, the trend, the structure, the momentum, the squeeze, the stacked EMAs, the 10x bars, it all comes together. The major difference, of course, is a daily squeeze. That's a trade that could last for a few weeks, where these kinds of trades on the 30-minute time frames, like the Zoom trade, that might last for a day or 2 days. But it's all based on the same criteria. So what I've found as of late is, being that we're not in a bullish market and that we're not in an uptrend, there is a shitload of bullish opportunity, but it's hidden on these lower time frames. So there's a few things y'all to take into consideration. But as you're doing your watch list building and running your scans this weekend, that's my suggestion. We'll look for stocks that are trading above their daily 21 EMA, but as close to it as possible. Then you're going to look for lower time frame squeezes. And the most important piece of the puzzle is the Big 3 indicator. So I know I've been talking about this for the last few months, guys, but officially the indicator is done, and it is go time. So if you're interested in learning more, and even if you're not interested in purchasing the indicator, I try to teach you guys everything with every webinar that I do. So this coming Tuesday, July 12th, I will be live at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll kind of take a deep dive and pop open the hood here on the Big 3 indicator. I'll tell you why we had it built, how we had it built, I'll talk about all the ingredients, and then I'll show you guys how this is basically serving as my compass in this market. It tells me what to trade and where to trade it, and more importantly, it tells me what not to trade. Because one thing that we've seen in this market is, if you find these trends, Valero, for example, you have the active buy signal, that's easy stuff. If the buy signal is printed, buy your dip, trade your squeeze. Just about anyone can make money in those kinds of trends. The key is, can you keep that money? So for Valero here, as soon as that buy signal disappears on the 15th, we're done getting long. Right? We might get long the next day if the buy signal comes back, but something is changed here as far as all that criteria. Saves you a lot of money. So if you guys are interested, I'll put the link for the webinar down here in the description. But otherwise, that's my focus heading into this week. Some Zoom with the 1-hour squeeze, 1-hour buy signal. Tesla with the 15-minute squeeze, 15-minute buy signal. Microsoft with the hourly combo. Apple with the 30-minute combo. And then before I let you go, guys, you could simplify the entire process. Just find that same exact trade on the indices. And you've got it this week. Depending where we open, of course. But your S&P's on top of that daily 21, 30-minute buy signal, 30-minute squeeze. Same thing here for the Qs. Above the daily 21, 30-minute buy signal, 30-minute squeeze. So take consideration if you're interested to just looking for that trade on the S&Ps or the Qs. Fact of the matter is, if the S&Ps work, the QQQ works, it probably means Amazon, Apple, Tesla, Google, they're all going to work as well. If the S&Ps and the Qs roll over and puke, none of those trades work. But that's what I got for you guys for now. I got to get to work here, tighten up the webinar slides, but hope to see some of you guys on Tuesday night. Come out, show support, hang out for a little bit. We'll do some scans. We'll have some fun. But enjoy your Sunday, guys. I'll talk to you soon.